day two, of spring practice. We've been out there with the Canes. Different vibe, different atmosphere. First off, we're gonna let people file in here. We're gonna let people file in here for a minute. First off, I'm gonna pump up IOD Squad Investor Die. Y'all trying to learn crypto. Y'all trying to learn crypto, NFTs, stocks. You can come watch us make trades, do options, all of that good stuff on IOD Squad. And I'm gonna put that link. I'll put that link right up at the top as we get started and get going. One second. Let's see. So what's good, man? Let me see how many we got in here. Got 52 in here. We just dropped day two video. And one thing I noticed about today, day two, we could hit two right off the bat is reps. When they went 11 on 11 reps. Reps aren't getting passed out like reps used to get passed out. It's a little different situation going on. It's a little different situation going on when it comes to reps. Reps went Tyler, starter, okay, and then it goes Jake. Then in the past, it would go down, and the third and the fourth quarterback could get a couple reps, maybe not as many, but they'll get a few. Now it just goes back to Tyler. You know what I'm saying? It goes back to Tyler, and it just goes 2 and 2. But one interesting thing that I saw was that Jahfari and Mataka, the backups, were behind whoever was in the game doing like ghost snaps. So they were behind them, maybe 10 yards behind them, doing like ghost ghost snaps, like taking ghost snaps. And I had never seen that before. If you guys seen it before, let me know. Let me know. Throw a thumbs up, or show a hand up, or you know what I'm saying. But I had never seen that before. Um, and I thought it was cool, but definitely only 1 and 2, only 1 and 2 getting snaps. Only 1 and 2 getting snaps. How many we got in here, man? Y'all make sure y'all retweet it for us and share it for us. Like I say, X gonna be a little late. I'm trying to get my co-hosts in here. You know, this Twitter thing they ain't got Twitter all sold up yet. You know what I'm saying? It ain't all it ain't where it's supposed to be. These Twitter spaces be jacked up. 1 second. But yeah, I thought that was interesting today. Another thing was early this morning, X realized Sam Brooks showed up on the roster. That a big deal? Yeah, I think it's a big deal because Sam Brooks wasn't on the first roster. We had been hearing things about he was there, he had been practicing. He showed up on the roster. Now it's just the fact that he's injured. So the initial story we heard when they first got here was when Mario first got here, he talked to the Sam and Sam family, told them that everything was straight, everything was okay. Um, and they were going to get him fixed up because I think he has some issue with his foot, his legs, you know what I'm saying? Foot, toe, legs, something, you know what I'm saying? And they were going to get him fixed up. Then we started hearing that he wasn't out there practicing, just in school, but Now he's on the injury list. He's back on the roster. But on the first day of practice, there was no sixes on the roster. So there was no sixes on the roster. It's just the number 6 was just void. Um, but yeah, he showed up today, which was a huge deal. I tell y'all right off the back, bro, right off the back, the whole vibe. I mean, I see Tauber Bain out there. He's happy, all his cane gear. Um, the whole entire vibe is more of a it's more of an inviting atmosphere at the University of Miami during practice. We thought we were because we're credentialed, so we're credentialed with the University of Miami. We've been credentialed maybe 5 years, and we thought that we wouldn't have access during the spring because we were told we weren't going to have access in the spring. But what happened was late Sunday night we got an email and we actually get to go into practice twice. It used to be one session we get to see. Now they let us in practice twice, like double the time. So I mean that was that in itself was a surprise because I just thought maybe spring they were going to bust their balls and get the culture right, which Gaddis talked about today. Um, got to ask Coach Gaddis, the offensive coordinator, a question today, and I asked him. I don't know if you guys caught the interviews. Got to ask him a question, and I asked him, "Hey, you guys went pretty far in the playoffs, which was Michigan. You went pretty far in the playoffs. You got to face the national champs, which is Georgia. Georgia knocked them out in the playoffs. You all saw that game. What did you take from that game that you could bring to the University of Miami to help us out?" And in so many words, basically what he said was recruiting. And you can go check out the long version of what he said. But basically what he said was recruiting. What he got from what he received was Michigan had guys, right? Michigan had guys. He said we had guys, we had some guys. They had some guys. He said they had, and you remember if you think back to the South Carolina coach early in the season when the South Carolina coach went off on a rant about Georgia and what happened to their defense or their offense. I know y'all remember this. And coach went and coach went off and it went viral everywhere. That's sort of the same thing Coach Gaddis said today. He basically said that recruiting, they had more guys than Michigan had. I thought it was the speed of the game. Watching it from the outside looking in, but he said it was recruiting. He said they had more guys than we had. He said, which brings me to the University of Miami. The University of Miami, and if y'all been following Footballville, Caneville for a while now, y'all have heard us say this. If you got a question, got a question, man, raise your hand, bro. I'll bring you guys in to ask some questions. Um, if you've been following it, we've been saying this for a while. Coach Gaddis said this. The University of Miami is in a unique position. The recruiting is fertile. Some of the best players in the nation are in the 15-mile radius of the school. We've been saying this for a while now. He said, we just have to keep the big dogs home. I've been screaming this at the top of my lungs for a while now. People on the outside of South Florida, Florida period, don't realize how much talent is packed in this state. He also went on and said that. Now, if you just got in here, I'm talking about Coach Gaddis, the offensive coordinator. He also went on to say that let me get this right because I don't want to misquote the man. He also went on to say that most of the teams that win, he said, look at the teams that win these national championships. He said, take a look at them. They all are littered with Florida kids. And I couldn't do nothing but shake my head because I know it to be true. They all are loaded with Florida kids. Not saying 50% of the roster, but we all see. Remember Alabama whole secondary was a bunch of Florida kids. They all have South Florida kids. Florida kids, South Florida kids, you know, Georgia, we can name them all. James Cook, McIntosh, James Cook, shout out to Cal, man. Cal is one of the members from our YouTube. Cal usually help us host the spaces. Cal coming off here. Cal X, it's gonna be a little late. So it's me, you, but yeah, Georgia had James Cook, McIntosh, a couple kids transferred out of there. Tyreek transferred out of there. We had a kid out of Central Florida, my guy always dancing on YouTube. He transferred out of there. But even on the roster, if you think about it, there's South Florida kids still on their roster. The kid from Adder transferred out of there. But what he's saying to sum it up, what he's saying is that I think the same thing Mario realized. I don't have to sit in Eugene, Oregon and fly across the country to get talent to come. When my hometown is the football hotbed, my dream school is also the football hotbed of recruiting. And you get here and you have a special opportunity to make something happen. Cal, you in here, big dog?
Yeah, I'm right here, bro. I'm right here.
What's going on, bro? I
Ain't
think
nothing
DJ,
much. What?
said he went out, he said the same thing that the South Carolina coach ranted about having guys, about Georgia having guys.
Mm-hmm.
And then
Oh, okay.
Gaddis,
Yeah, yeah.
we talked about it in the group meeting, the private group meeting today.
Right.
And then he went on to say that some of the national championship teams, a lot of them have South Florida kids. It's a unique opportunity down here. And we talk about it all the time, Cal. You know what I'm saying? It's a unique opportunity we have down here with the recruiting thing. All Miami had to do was step it up with the resources, which they have done.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, basically,
I mean, I told you before. I sometimes I even think that we take for granted how much talent is down here. Like
funny
if
I
you
just said
ever,
that.
yeah, if you ever take the time to really sit back and think. So what you just said was about national championship teams having the Florida kids. I'm willing to wager the majority of every national championship team kids come from Florida. Like I'm willing to bet that. You know what I'm saying? At least they're starters, I would say. It's possible that I'm wrong, but I'm gonna say this: each national championship team, I'm sure, has a bunch of South Florida kids. You know what I'm saying? It's Georgia could possibly have more Georgia kids than Florida kids, but I can guarantee you most of these kids, like Ohio State, most of their starters are probably Florida kids or their stars, I should say. You're not going to have a national championship team without, some percentage of Florida kids.
I agree. I agree. It's we can't say majority, but there are key and key players too. Key players
Right,
on the team. You know what I'm
right,
saying?
right.
We know Bama took the top wide receivers down here. What 4 years in a row?
Hmm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, once upon a time, their whole defensive backfield was South Florida
Was
kids.
all Florida. And I don't want to say majority of kids, but I mean, like, if you go down the roster and say, well, you got 50 kids, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm willing to wager, like, 8 of them are from Florida, you know what I'm saying? And then your other, like, 5 maybe from the hometown. And then, there's a collection of 4 from this place, a collection of 4 from that place. That's what I'm saying. Like, I'm willing to wager, you know what
Right.
I'm saying? Most championship teams are like that. And it's not that anybody else can't play or nothing, but it's just the breeding ground for football players is really ridiculous down here. You just have to sit down sometime and just think about it.
Yeah. Yeah. No doubt. It is, but that's what Coach Gaddis hit on. He just said we just got to keep the ballers home. He said we just got to keep
Yep.
the big guys home. Um, because I think the talent level is so high. I don't know if you have to get them all. The only thing that's different with college football now is that the Alabamas and the Georgias, I don't know if they existed in the 80s at that level. You understand? They were able to pluck kids from across the country year after year, year after year, year after year. Now it's like a different monster you're fighting.
Right.
I don't know if the Nebraskas in the 80s when we were winning or the Notre Dames was as loaded. You get what I'm saying, Cal?
Yeah, I do. And they
Right.
weren't. They weren't.
Right. So I don't believe you have to keep every Jerry Judy, every Ja'Cory Brooks, every Shamar Stewart. You don't gotta get them all. I don't think you gotta get them all. I just think you gotta have a competent coaching staff, and you have to keep a lot of the South Florida kids home. And I think you could get to that level in a few years of challenging these country boys. Country boys out here, man. At the top, man, we got Investor Die. We talked about it when y'all first got in here, man. Investor Die is our community where we basically let you see what we invest in. Amazon just announced they're going to do a 20-to-1 split on their stock.
Oh no, I didn't see that. Dang.
Just happened.
Oh Lord, no. I'm glad. I ain't got no Amazon. I mean, not. I'm glad. I mean, ain't nothing wrong with having Amazon, but I
20 to
hate
1.
reverse splits, bro.
Listen, I would love Amazon to split if I was in it.
I
20 to
hate
1
reverse
split.
splits, bro.
Yeah. Huh?
Yeah, reverse
Wait
splits
up. Now, I
be.
don't know if it's reversed. Let me see. I'm gonna read it to you. Amazon announces 20-for-1 stock split, not reverse. 20-for-1
Oh,
stock
okay.
split.
Oh,
10
my bad.
billion buyback. Right. Amazon.
Oh,
Yeah.
my
So
bad.
it's
Okay.
that's a good thing.
I gotcha. I heard
Yeah. Amazon
split, boy.
announces 20.
That's the first thing that went to my mind, boy.
Yeah. See, we thought Google was going to split first. Everybody jumped to Google about a month ago, and that went away. But you know what I'm saying? It eventually happened, but the Amazon came out of nowhere. Well, Google announced the same thing too. I just don't know when it's going to happen. I got it because it just
Right.
happened tonight, about 6 p.m.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, man, if y'all want to get down with stocks or be one of the first to buy one of our NFTs, man, Investor Die up there at the top. Investor Die up there at the top is our community. It's maybe 140 people in there now. The thing is growing. It's only like $35 a month. Sometimes we have sales, put it down to 20, 25 a month. And you can just see what we invest in, bro. The crypto and all of this stuff. If you don't know what it is, you don't know what a Bitcoin is, I advise you to find out fast. So you'll be the one talking about, man, I should have invested in Amazon and Facebook and I should have invested in. Man, remember Amazon was $5.
Yeah, y'all, please don't get left behind because listen, I'm helping you understand something. If you don't know anything about stocks and trading, just being around people that trade stocks, which that's what IOD will provide for you because you have a Discord group, you get to chat, talk, ask questions. Street is real personable. He's not telling you to just get in the group and just see what I do and just pick it. No, you can ask questions, you can talk, and there's other people in there that can help you along the way.
Right.
But if you're afraid of it, don't be. Go ahead and try to get in, and you'll learn as you go just by sitting around. It's just like if you don't know a sport. If you sit there in front of it long enough and you hear the people at the bar talking about soccer and cricket, you'll learn some shit.
What'd you say, bro?
You'll learn some shit just sitting there. You will. So yeah, it's a thing for everybody. Let me tell y'all something. Oh man, oil and energy the last 2 weeks, 500%, 800%. Man, you guys, y'all could have made some life changing money. So don't sit on the sideline too long, man.
Right. Man, I thought I was muted. I was talking behind the cow. I ain't even know. I didn't even know I was muted. But no, you're right, bro. I appreciate that. You're right, man. It's being around like minds. You know what I'm saying? If you around your homeboys and all y'all talking about is weed and tootsies and Gucci shoes, then I mean that's what you'll be.
Yeah,
I mean that's it. That's what you'll be. I mean
Yep.
you got to get around with people who thinking about putting your money. It's a simple concept. Put your money in things that buy things back. Yeah, and eventually
It's not
you'll be
hard,
able to
y'all.
pinch off to do whatever. Yeah.
Yeah, it's really not hard.
So here it is right there. If y'all didn't hear the rant, let me see. If y'all didn't hear the rant, the rant from South Carolina coach earlier this season when he talked about Georgia, kind of what same thing that Gaddis said today about Georgia, what he felt was the difference. Here it is right.
What were they doing to maybe make things difficult on the offense? Georgia's defensive line. What were they doing to maybe make things difficult on the offense?
They've got like 100 5-star football players on their defense. They have a defensive lineman that weighs 340 pounds.
Wait. He's talking about now, mind you, this is like week 2, week 3, right? And he's talking about the guy that just ran the 4.7
and runs better than.
Here we go.
Georgia's defensive line. What were they doing to maybe make things difficult on the offense?
They've got like 100 5-star football players on their defense. They have a defensive lineman that weighs 340 pounds and runs better than everybody on this call. They've got 5-star defensive backs. They're big and physical and fast. I mean, other than that, they're really freaking good. That's why they have the top defense in the country. They're hard to run the football on. So there wasn't some magical scheme they came out with tonight. They got 5-star recruits everywhere, and they play really physical. Damn.
Man, he
ended it with a damn.
He need to be on Manny Diaz coaching staff. So that's some loser talk right there, boy.
How you feel about that?
Man,
How you feel about that, dog? Wait a minute.
Bro, that couldn't be my coach. I'm transferring.
You don't like him being candid like that?
Not at all. You can't do that. You can when you go in the back rooms and you talk to your coordinators and all that kind of stuff. Yeah, you can talk like that. You know what I'm saying? You can't talk like that in front of your kids. There's no way. And tell them go out here and get 100% effort. Why, coach? You just told us they gonna kick our ass anyway. So what we doing? That's crazy, man.
No, he said they got a defensive lineman that runs faster than anybody on this call. He was not lying. Dude ran the 4.7 at the combine the other day.
Yeah, he did. It was moving.
He wasn't lying. So we just got in here, man. Y'all, we appreciate y'all coming in here. We went out there day 2. I'm trying to get Maddie up in here. Maybe Maddie can't talk. I was trying to get him up in to invite him to be a co-speaker again. X said he's going to be a little late. You watched day 2 video we just dropped, Kyle? You seen it yet?
Not yet. You know, I've been working all day.
Okay. Today, Sam, I just talked to him earlier. Sam Brooks showed up on the roster again. We got Sheldrick Redwine out there, KJ Osborne out there, Ed Reed out there with a high hoodie on. It just feels different out there, and it is different even with the media. They talk about the resources and things, everything that's changed out there, but also, man, it's not gonna flip overnight. Everything can't change overnight. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Miami has been bad for a long time, so some of this stuff is gonna take a while to iron itself out. It's gonna be some hiccups. So let's not get ahead of ourselves. But man, it's just cool as shit, dog. To see Charlie Strong coaching the linebackers with Wesley Bissainthe. You see Patty out there, Miami Central coach. He out there with the DBs, him and DVD and the guy. It's just cool. It's just cool to see the faces and to see the level of coaching and teaching that's being done.
Yes.
Yeah. I tell you this, Coach Gaddis, he stopped practice the other day. He stopped practice. They was doing routes and said, and he stopped practice and said, Hey, basically, this ain't gonna cut it, bro. This is not
Really?
basically. This is a football field. This is not. This is not. This is not tennis. This is not fucking soccer. He said this is a football field. Like this. This ain't gonna cut it. And his presence is felt. His presence felt out there. Now, not sure exactly what time offense we're gonna run. I remember when Lashley came, the entire practice became faster, and it was because we were running the fast offense. Now it just seemed as everybody is expected to move faster from point A to point B, from the ball girls to the water girls to everybody is expected to move. But yeah, it doesn't seem like it's because of the offense. It just seems like the tempo of practice is. It was one time Keyshawn Smith went for a bomb. And he threw it too far. He got on one knee in the end zone, and we got 1,000 coaches now. Some coach I don't even know. Coach walked up to him and was like, "Nah, bro. You got to get up and get back over there with your team. You in the wrong. You're in the wrong area. You're in the wrong area."
And that's the coaching that I know that I grew up on. That's the South Florida coaching I knew that I grew up on. Like you couldn't. We had to ask to take a knee. We couldn't even just take a knee. Damn, we were tired or not. And yeah, when somebody throw a pass or something and it's an incomplete pass or whatever it is downfield, you still had to hurry and hustle back. You know what I mean? Even though you weren't in the next play, you still had to hustle back. So it's I don't know, man. I think a lot of the basics, man, were missing for, I don't know how many regiments, definitely many, but I don't know, man. Just getting back to the basics, man.
They were missing. They were missing things of that nature. And it's just the resources. It's the fact that now you have so many coaches out there with different things to do. And yeah, it just happened to be a coach in every area, not letting people slack.
That's good.
We got Santana Fleming in here, man. We're gonna bring Santana in here for a second. I saw him pop up. I don't know. He went away. I don't know. He went away. Talk to Santana about him telling Manny to come give him an offer. I don't know where he went. But no, man, it's exciting. It's exciting to be out there. It's exciting to see the new culture and the new Miami team with some resources behind it.
Right.
Some what else, man? It's so much. I mean, so much, so different. So much going on out there. One thing that everybody's talking about. Go ahead, talk to me.
I'm sorry. I was just going to ask you, how involved is Cristobal when it comes to all of the positions? Is he just hanging out with the O-line?
He walk around everywhere. He walk around everywhere. He talking to all the positions. Yeah, he walks around. He's involved with everything. You got Mirabal yelling at people knees. You got punks out there running around
at the knee streeter.
Yeah, you got punks out there running around. Punts out there running around. Shout out to Medi. Medi got in here. You free tonight, Medi? What's going on, bro?
What you say?
I say you free tonight. What's going on?
Yeah. I'm just gonna go to work, but I'm sitting around right now, so yeah, I can talk. What's good, everybody?
You wear BDUs?
Am I what?
You wear BDUs to work?
No, we haven't worn BDUs in the military since 2008.
You ain't trying to make me feel old, huh, dog? Trying to make me feel old, huh? What do y'all wear to work, dog?
What you say?
What do y'all wear to work?
They call OCP. So they got popular like when we got into Afghanistan. Kind of like a neutral camouflage.
You broke up. What are they?
OCPs. It's an operational camouflage pattern or something like that. It's like a neutral brown.
And it's not. They're not made like BDUs.
I think they may be the same material, just the pattern is different. But yeah, they're closer to BDUs than our last uniform. But yeah, They're different time.
Got you. So what's good, man? Anything you recognize since the season started, or anything you want to talk about?
Yeah, I've been actually sitting here thinking about. I was listening to Manny's podcast the other day, and he said something that I thought was a very interesting point in consideration, and when taking into consideration the depth chart. Spring is always important because this is where you put your installs, especially when you got a new coaching staff. This is where you start. Maybe not right now because they just doing helmets and jerseys. But when they start getting them pads, start getting a little contact, this is when you start seeing those installs. I think one of the biggest things I took from what you said and a lot of the guys the beat reporters who've been out, the people who are getting in at that running back position, being Thad and Henry. And I think Manny was actually saying something about Manny Navarro. In the past, in Oregon, when guys aren't playing in the springtime, they normally get pushed back on the depth chart with Manny. So I'd be interested to see if that's gonna happen to Rooster and Chaney as they recover back, or if he changes that mindset because they're hurt in comparison to them being just not playing or whatever the case may be. So that was interesting. Thing I saw just seeing those two getting those reps. I heard that looks like a monster now. So that's definitely encouraging to hear. And then the tight ends, I think the tight ends are going to be the secret weapon on this team this year that we're not talking about. So.
You say you think the tight end is going to be the secret weapon?
Yeah, I do.
Well,
I think
Mallory talked about. I'll say this and then you could talk. Mallory talked today, and Mallory they was like, "Are you excited about the offense?" And he was like, "Yeah, it's a lot of 12-man, 2 tight end sets." You know what I'm saying? 12 personnel, 2 tight end sets. So there you go. What you think about the tight end?
I mean, I'm equally a fan of the spread as well. I think like having a bunch of receivers out there that DB's got to cover opens up the field for TBD because he's gonna throw it. But I think it's also kind of dope that we are going to that 12 tight end set. Maybe you could flex Arroyo out a little bit, kind of to the slot to give the a striker or a bigger linebacker, someone a little bit more difficult to cover. But yeah, 12 personnel. I'm always a fan of that. You
don't sound clear. Why you don't sound clear? What you doing?
I'm walking back to my to my room.
You in the woods? You in the woods, fool?
Nah, man, I'm inside. I'm inside. Y'all can hear me?
Yeah. It's just a little moving in the background, but we can hear you. You just didn't sound clear. You sound clearer now, though.
Okay. Yeah, 12 personnel. I'm always here for it, as long as those guys being effective blockers. But more importantly, and I like that Arroyo did say that. I did wake up to go catch that, saying that they're gonna be looking forward to he's looking forward to improving on the passing game as well as the running game, run blocking, getting out, popping those lanes open for a lot of those to get them open. And if Harry Pitt,
That's what Mallory should have been talking about. I need to see his blocking improve.
agree, definitely agree. Both
Mallory not great at blocking though.
Bro, that's an understatement. What you just asked. And he's too big for that. Oh, that's a question for me. For you. Have you seen Mallory? Does he look like he put on some? Not that he necessarily needed to, but has he had any like body changes? Like, does he look even more physically imposing?
Not really to me. He always looks the same. They all look like they put on weight though. They all look like they're eating better. I got pictures of them. I put them. I posted on Twitter. I took some pictures of them today, some video of them today. Talking. Not really. I would have to go back and look. A lot of those guys do look bigger, bro. Like Harvey looked bigger. We got Harvey mom in here. I'm trying to bring her in to speak. That's her right there, Carrie Ann. I don't know if y'all can see her. Not really. But yeah, Mallory said he think the tight ends is the best room we got.
Oh boy, I'm not gonna agree with that one. But
Khalil Brantley, shout out to Miami Northwestern, caught some passes today though. He looked decent out there. And like I said, they're running a tight ship when it comes to rotating. Because I think they realize that they got to get it down packed. They got to get the offense in, the defense in, new coaching staff, new culture, doing everything the same way. Yeah, Wesley runs with the twos. I think Khalil was with Jake's squad a couple of times, caught 2 or 3 passes. But yeah, Mallory seems to think that the tight ends are the deep. Who you think the deepest is, Kyle? You don't think the tight ends is that deep? We got
no,
Arroyo.
no. You got too many unknowns. Brantley's got to get a little bit size on him, or just find out what his specialty is gonna be. I really like Arroyo. Mallory got to give me better effort. Mallory got everything he need, man. He's athletic tight end, big tight end, tall tight end. You got to give me some more effort on that blocking, or whether it's, I don't like to question people's effort, but I need to see you block better, whether it's technique or whatever it is. But compared to the receiver room and the running back room, no way. No way.
All right, so we got Carrie Ann here. I don't even know if that's her real name. Jahfari Harvey, mom. I guess she was just in here eavesdropping. Um, I snatched her in here. Can you hear us? You got to unmute to talk. I don't know if you did this before.
Yes, my name is Carrie Ann. I'm not eavesdropping. I just came in to listen to hear what you guys have to say.
Jahfari Harvey, what Fari? He's from Vero, right?
Jahfari's, yeah, he went to Vero Beach High.
He went to Vero Beach High, so that's where he was raised at in Vero Beach.
No, actually, Jahfari was born in Boca. We lived in Pines, and then I moved to Port St. Lucie when Jahfari was about 10.
Yeah.
And then he went to Renaissance Charter, and then he started out at a high school at John Carroll Catholic High School, and transferred to Vero his senior year.
He grew up at University of Miami fan?
Kind of, sort of, yeah.
Kind of, sort of. Listen, last year he had old pick 6, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so this is what you're gonna do. You're gonna explain to us where you were, and you're gonna explain to us what happened when it happened. Did you jump up? Did your wig come off? You gotta talk to us now.
And what kind of drink did you spill on your outfit?
We were actually home watching the game. We didn't make it to North Carolina that day, and when I saw it, I think I was cooking. As a matter of fact, I was cooking some brown stew chicken, and I think I burnt the chicken too, because I started getting messages and tweets and calls, and the house just screaming. His sisters and I just enjoyed the moment.
Are you a big football fan?
Yeah, I actually grew up. Well, in Jamaica we call it soccer football, but we grew up watching soccer. And then when we came here, my dad used to watch football every Saturday and Sunday. So Jahfari grew up watching football.
Really? So you're not one of them moms that didn't want him to play, didn't want him to get hurt. You want one of them moms?
Yeah, I was one of those moms. Actually, Jahfari started playing soccer, and he was very good at soccer. And then he asked to play football, and then I said, "Can we start playing flag football, please?" Because I didn't want him to get hurt. I was like, I don't want him playing, and it was just too easy for him. He was like, "Mom, can I please just play tackle football?" So that's when I started to let him play. At the age of 10, I put him in Pop Warner. It was the best decision of my life, of his life as well. So
you say it was the best decision. Why you say that?
Because look where it took him, playing football, Pop Warner. He started out at Pop Warner, and he just grew from there.
Right. How proud, like pick 6, and I'm gonna tell you, I mean, he was part of the first group of kids we got to speak to, because we're credentialed, and we get to do the interviews and things of that nature. And he was a part of the first group, and that's a big deal. That means that they're looking at him as a captain. They respect him. They trust him. You understand?
Yes.
How does that make you feel as a mom?
I'm very proud. I'm so proud of him. I mean, I'm proud of all my children. He's the only boy. I have 4 girls and 5 boys. He's the 4th child, the boy. But just to see him, because Jahfari worked very. I'm not just saying this because I'm his mom, but Jahfari won't like growing up. He would not have practice, but he was getting up every morning by like 7, 8. He had his own cones, like he was going out to the benches, going up and down, like training himself, watching YouTube, different plays. So he was really dedicated. So to see him reach this far, he really deserves it because he worked very hard for it. Like mentally, emotionally, physically, Jahfari worked really hard to get where he is right now.
Look like it might be going further. What you think, Cal?
Oh, definitely. I think he just needs to. He's just like all these other kids, man. They just need proper coaching and guidance. That's it, man. When you see that pick six and things like that, and you're just like, man, this kid. Because for 3 years we've been looking at Jahfari and just saying, man, we see the flashes. But to be honest with you, for 3 years he just has not had the proper coaching around him, not just as an individual, but as
Right.
a team.
Right. The proper resources, and he still made excel. Now the University of Miami has definitely changed. I don't know if you know how much, Mom, but they're pouring resources into the team to go along with all the talent that they have, and you're going to see a different spectacle this year. Probably from the way it's presented at the stadium, and everything else. You excited about this year?
I am very excited. I can't wait. I'm very excited about this year.
You go to away games or just home games?
No, I go to away games as well. We went to the first game in Atlanta and then Tallahassee. So I go to the away games as well.
Okay. Cal, you got a question?
Yeah, I got a question for Mom. So seeing how far Jahfari has come, have you ever had the chance to, or what would you say to a mother that was in your predicament? Like, because a mom is a mom, she's gonna be protected. And yeah, most moms don't. I'm gonna say most, but a lot of moms don't want their kids playing football and getting hurt. But to see what it's done for him, have you ever had to talk another mom into saying, yeah, it's okay for him to play, or for her child to play, or anything like that?
Yeah, I've had a couple of moms like when their kids at the like 10 and 12 telling me there's someone to play football, and I told them I had that same fear as well. But just pray and keep the faith and just let them play. Your child could get hurt in any sport. I know football is a lot more like with the tackling, and it's a lot, especially with the defense and especially with the contact. But you can get hurt in any sport. So if your son really wants to play, let him play. If that's where his heart is, let him play. Let him follow his dream.
See, that's a great outlook, because I know it's professional football players that have been out for the season because they sneezed wrong. You can get hurt doing anything.
Anything. I had Jahfari, his senior year, he went to go play basketball and hurt his elbow playing basketball just to go, because he just wanted to go and play just for the fun of it. And he got hurt. And it wasn't even football, it was basketball. So, and he overcame that. So if your son wants to play, just let him. If that's his passion, let him go for his passion. Because football is
Right.
his passion. He played
That's
basketball as well. He ran track, but football was what he wanted to do. So
oh, you just had a super athlete in your house, huh?
Jahfari he always wanted to keep busy. Like if a season was done, he had to go into something else. So he ran track, open football. Then he played basketball. He actually banned me from his basketball games because I made too much noise in the stands. So
You was talking English or patois? Which way you were talking?
both.
Both?
It depends on the school, Streeter. If they were down, she was talking patois all day.
I mean, I played basketball in high school, and when I went to high school in Brooklyn, I played basketball. His uncle played basketball for FSU, so we come from a sports family. But
Dang. I didn't pick
Oh,
up on that Brooklyn accent.
I picked up on it, but I just ain't really say nothing. But yeah, but see, it's in his blood. She talking
yeah,
about she played basketball. It's in her. She didn't want to give us that part. No, she just want to give it all to. She want to give it all to Jahfari, but we know where it's coming from now.
I was going to ask her. Where did the work ethic come from? Was it her, the dad? Like where did his work ethic come from?
yeah. Me and his uncle played basketball at FSU, and then he tore his ACL.
Oh shit!
Oh,
Yeah,
Damn.
he tore his ACL. So
Okay.
he come from a sports family.
6'4", 252. That's a big kid, Mom. You
Yeah,
6'4"?
but my brother is 6'9".
Oh,
God damn. Man, your whole family, Jesus.
Yo, 6'9".
Yeah, my brother is 6'9". I'm 5'11". So, but my youngest daughter, Jahfari's youngest sister, she's 15. She's about what? She's 5'10". She wants to play volleyball. Yeah.
Is he the youngest? You say he was the only boy, right?
He's the only boy. He's number 4. He's the 4th.
So all the girls.
He has 3 older sisters, then him, and then a younger sister.
Oh, I bet you they were tearing him up. I just had my daughter just dogging my little son a minute ago. Took his headphones, wouldn't give them back.
You know, they didn't box. Jahfari was always outside.
Something extra.
Jahfari never paid them any mind. He was always outside, but they're really close. Like they babe, they're really close.
Really?
They're really close. Jahfari acts like he's the oldest. He's the older one, but yes, they're older than him. But he spoiled him.
See, this boy, he just got good bloodline. Because at first I was like, she said something about Jamaica. I'm like, man, it's a lot of Americanized sports and stuff he wanted to get into and all that. But it's in their blood. It's from their bloodline. Mom playing ball in Brooklyn and daddy,
right.
Brother at FSU. Uncle at FSU. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Well, in New York, though, if you enroll in school, you got to play basketball. It's like a rite of passage in New York. Like you go to school, you play basketball.
You play something, yeah.
As a fellow Brooklyn person, yeah, I can definitely the same way football in South Florida is.
Mm-hmm.
So, it's almost a given. If you're not, people look at you like you're crazy. So.
Hey, that's actually the comparison I want to make. What you were saying earlier when we were talking about how much talent it is when it comes to football in South Florida. I think the only thing comparable is probably basketball players in New York.
You're right. You're right. It is that is. I mean, you're right. That is true. I mean, basketball is almost like they're bred there. Sort of, and the same thing sort of with South Florida.
Yeah.
So, Mom, listen. We're not gonna keep you up all night. I just caught you in here and pulled you in here. Is there anything you do? Because we have a huge media following, and is there something you do? Maybe you do hair, sell frozen cups, I don't know. Is that something you do? You want to get out to the people? You got a website or something? If not, I mean,
no, I don't. But what I really want to do is eventually I want to start a foundation for other single moms or single dads who want their kids to play football but can't afford, maybe their cleats or their just to play football, to travel football. I do want to start a foundation, so I'll keep you guys posted about that. Just to help other single moms and dads out there who have it rough or had it rough, raising kids, and they want to play sports, just can't afford to, or can't afford the equipment, or can't afford the sneakers. So
a lot of them too.
Yeah,
I love that, man. I love that.
So
yeah. Well, let's do this. We have a show we shoot, right? I'm gonna get with you behind the scenes and we'll talk, and we'll bring you to the show, and we can talk about that. And I'm sure there's plenty of people out there that'll help you start it. Plenty of people. Plenty of people that'll help you start it. They're probably down there right now hoping they can talk. So this is what I'm doing. I'm gonna hit you up, and we can get that going. And we'll help you spearhead that. All right.
Okay. Thank you so much, guys. Have a great night, and please
support. Thank you.
I appreciate it.
Okay.
Take care.
I like that. Let me text John Ruiz and see what he's doing.
What'd you say, Light Wallet?
Yeah, let me text Light Wallet and see what they're doing.
Nah, Mom was real cool. I saw Mom peeking in here, and I was like, "Yeah, Mom look like she got a player." I thought it was Avante Williams at first. I saw the dreads. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, yeah, I don't know if she's
Pete,
still here, but just let me know like where we can like send money to for that, because I definitely will participate in that.
Okay, no, she I think she left out, or maybe she's at the bottom. But this is what you do: DM me, and then we'll connect it. You saying you want to help her, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I told you. I told you, man. People want to help. Most of the time, we just don't open our mouths. You know what I'm saying? People out there, they want to help. Some people have resources. Some people have talents. You know what I'm saying? So DM me, right? And this is what I'll do. I'll connect you with her, but we can get that popping. All right?
Gotcha. Appreciate it, Ben.
You, Peach Cobbler Poppy. That boy named Peach Cobbler Poppy. What's going on? That boy named Peach Cobbler Poppy. What's going on there? Maddie, what time you gotta go to work, dog?
I'm good. I'm good for right now.
Okay. Oh, you sound clear too, boy. What you went and got the iPhones? Sounds clear now too, boy. You might be done kicked it up to the DJ set.
Nah. I was actually trying to ask Miss Carey about I noticed that her son did an NIL deal, which is one of the better ones I actually seen.
What he did?
I think he did like a charity, like I think he did like a signing, an autograph signing, but they brought like bagels and coffee or something. I think that was a couple Saturdays ago.
Oh man, why you didn't say nothing?
Cause y'all shoot her out here before I even got a chance to ask the question.
Man, you know Kyle saw light skin and got all happy over there, started some questions. No, just joking. If she's still in here, I'll bring her back in here. But I got out of here too fast. I just didn't want to hold her up. That was spontaneous.
Yeah, I want to get her perspective from a mother's standpoint about, like, NILs, obviously, because we obviously know, like I was joking around, Life Wallet, throwing kids $50,000 and all that stuff, and just kind of like seeing what is on the wild west of this. But to see Jahfari, and that wasn't, I know we was in the group talking about LT and him, driving Bentleys and all kinds of stuff like that. But in reality, I like the fact that that she did something that was more community focused. To hear her talk about doing the thing for the moms who got kids, it kind of it spoke to me about her character and just. So I just wanted to ask her about that and get her perspective.
Got you. Jake Paul been trying to answer because let's see what Jake Paul want. Let me see.
49 for that. So that's pretty amazing for a rookie.
I can't hear you. Say it again, bro.
I say especially when you got, Mario Cristobal returning, if I'm not mistaken, he used to be the coach for the Hurricanes. Is that correct?
Who?
Cristobal. He used to be the Ducks coach last year.
Yep.
And then he used to play for the Hurricanes like 20 years ago or something like that.
Yeah. What about him?
Well, he reportedly said that he was trying to get the, Bo Nix come with him, down to Miami.
Yeah, y'all heard that, Cal?
And it's pretty sad when you got a 3.49 quarterback speed for Oregon going to Miami. Miami.
I don't know what you're talking about. Hey,
that wouldn't make it.
Huh? Man, you going in and out, dog. What's up, man?
No, I said that wouldn't make no sense, like having down here, because
I don't know. I thought he was joking. It didn't make sense what he was saying to me. Was he serious? Who he playing?
I thought he was a troll, just because.
Okay. All right.
But
yeah. I don't know. People have time to do stuff like that. I don't know. Maybe he wanted to record it and say something funny and get us to say, Bo Nix coming to Miami, and then like, I got him, and get that man go play on somebody else's time, man. Got this shit out the mud. Listen.
Hey, Streeter, y'all gotta quit adding these people that seeing cocaine is a hell of a drug, man.
That go to Chris, I know, dog. That go to Chris, I know.
Hey, I ain't got my...
What did he say, Chris? Did you understand what he was saying?
I don't know. He sounded like Bobby Boucher when he was talking. I don't know what he was talking about.
Listen, bro, he was requesting to speak for a long time.
It sounded like he was finna say the Mud Dogs gonna win the Super Bowl or something. I don't know what he was talking about.
This is the Chris I know. Chris, your kids must be at your baby mama house tonight. You home by yourself?
I'm working tonight, man.
You working all day, so you clear headed tonight. You ain't home, huh? We're on that Colt 45.
I'm out here working, man.
Oh,
okay.
Man,
listen,
my bad. I
today
had
in
to step
practice,
away.
bro, Worsham caught some passes today. Khalil Brantley caught some passes today. That wide receiver room, dog, there may be some attrition in that wide receiver room. Romelo's not there. Romelo is out. I think everybody else is there, right?
I believe so. When you said,
I believe everybody is there. Let me pull out my thing. I believe everybody else is there, but there may be some attrition in that wide receiver room when it's all said and done.
I think guys.
Another question we were looking for. So Darryl Portis Jr. didn't get in time, huh? He'll have to come later, right?
I think is he hurt or something? Didn't somebody mention that? Or no? Am I wrong?
Was he on that? Was he on that injured list? I have the list right here. Right here. Goddamn. You know what I'm saying? Was he on that injured list? Let me see. Because we were looking for him to do something on him. Let me see. I'm gonna pull up that list. One thing we talked about in the video, I don't know if y'all watched the video. Everybody in here, the video is at the top. We just dropped the video about 7:00 tonight, and it's of day 2 practice, and we go into talking about Tyler Van Dyke and James Williams, and we tell the Wesley Bissainthe story when he threw down the with Savage Joseph. He threw down the he threw down the U, and Savage Joseph is now here. Porter's the summer guy. Savage Joseph is now here on the staff at University of Miami. I saw him when he was live the other day walking out. I gave him a hug. I apologize to him for reporting his business so early. You know what I'm saying? But we talked about Tyler Van Dyke, and we got into it about Tyler Van Dyke. And the fact of the matter is, he had 6 of the best games in college football, those last 6. And Tyler Van Dyke will be a Heisman Trophy candidate this year, right?
In my opinion, yes. If they went out, especially like we always talk about when we see Heisman guys, we talk about like quote unquote Heisman moments, right? Like, when Johnny Manziel, beat Alabama, when Joe Burrow was going crazy. We talk about quote unquote Heisman moments, like those games that are a little bit closer than they should be, but the quarterback does something phenomenal to lead his team and they end up getting the dub. If he does that at Texas A&M and then at Clemson, he will absolutely be in the conversation, in my opinion.
That's an awesome point.
Yeah, I
Chris,
think week 1 and 2.
dog.
I think week 1 and 2, he'll be one. Week 3 will kind of tell if he'll stay one. More so like week 1 and 2, he's just beating up on the deaf and the blind. But week 3, that's when you'll actually see him. If he have a big game against Texas A&M, then he'll stay in that conversation unless he do something crazy.
Who was the last quarterback we had in that conversation before De'Aaron King brief stint?
Brad Kaya.
Oh, maybe Kaya. Yeah, Kaya was about it.
And then who? Ja'Cory?
Ja'Cory, yeah.
Yep.
Yep.
I think that's a good point that Kyle said too about him staying in it. He also can't lose games that we're supposed to win. So that's why I said we have to dominate this conference. Like Trevor Lawrence was in that conversation because he had a couple of close games against teams that he shouldn't have. But for the most part, the teams that his Heisman run, the teams that they dog walk, like it was ACC conference games. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't like Willacoochee State School of the Blind. It was the team that they were supposed to be beating to sleep. So that's got to happen. Will that happen in year 1 with Coach Cristobal? We hope, obviously, but that's to be determined. You know what I'm saying?
Got you. Yeah, so the question I was going to ask was that, do we think that he will be in that room at the end of the year? It's a weird thing is this. We're covering this every day. We see him out there every day. He's Tyler Van Dyke. We saw him go from a little quiet Tyler Van Dyke about to get squeezed out. He was an odd man out last year, bro. We thought it was going to go Van Dyke, then Garcia. And if anybody say they thought anything else, well, X in here. X coming here. X would be like, well, I told y'all Van Dyke had the stronger arm. He was the better quarterback. But other than that, we thought that he was going to be squeezed out. And then I've seen him go from quiet kid until he walks to that podium like like it's his thing. You know what I'm saying? And when you're in something, when you're close to something, sometimes you don't see him for what they're going to start saying. Heisman Trophy candidate, one of the top quarterbacks of the nation. And you're like, damn, I saw him grow. So, Kyle, you think at the end of the year, Richard, you think at the end of the year he'll be in that room?
Yo, so Street, I personally think that TVD doesn't struggle against Texas A&M. I don't say he's going to beat the brakes off of them, but I think with it being the what is it, second or third game of the season, I don't think he's going to struggle. per se, but at the same time, I think overall, when it's all said and done, he'll probably finish anywhere between, I'd say number 4 or number 5 on that Heisman list, because you still got Bryce Young out there. You still got the quarterback who transferred from Oklahoma to USC, and he's with his coach again at USC. So I think that's going to have that's going to have a lot to do with the Heisman race. And then, you know, you always have a end or something that come out of the blue that's like a freak of nature who's going to be one of the top 3. So I think he's going to be like 4 or 5 at the end of the year. But the beautiful part about what we got going on is if TVD could win the Coastal, and then he goes and goes on to the NFL, we got another one in Jake Garcia who could carry on what TVD left behind. And then after Jake Garcia, we got old Megatron, Jahfari Brown, who also is in their own right. We got 3 quarterbacks that are all going to be Heisman contenders. So we in a good spot.
I also think the O-line will be a better O-line for the next quarterback that takes over. Like, TVD's going to have a good O-line, but I feel like Jake and Jahfari will have a better O-line than what TVD will have.
I think what Chris said is the best point about all of it is he's going to start off in the Heisman race. You know, that there's no doubt about it. He's one of the best quarterbacks in America, and people recognize it. It's not one of those things where people are overlooking him. It's there. Everybody knows it. People know it. And then you got this Miami hype. You know, Kirk Herbstreit is going to talk about us. You know what I mean? So that's a big part of the Heisman thing or whatever. But what Chris also just said about the O-line getting better and progressing, I agree. That's going to be an interesting thing. I'm kind of scared of the O-line this year. I said that in the group meet earlier that there's some elite talent there. Like we know Isaiah Walker, 5-star talent. We know or we believe Jalen Rivers, very highly talented. The scouts were saying Zion first round, but beyond those 3 guys, I'm unsure of the talent, and that may be a problem for DVD. But I feel like if they could stay upright under, you know, Manny's regimen, I expect them to do a little bit better under Mirabal.
Right. And to everybody's point, man, the amount of linemen we're recruiting now, I mean, we pulling linemen out of the woodworks. I mean, 4-star, 5-star, if you can play, they recruiting you. It's on just a whole different level. So yeah, as the years go by, the line is going to get progressively better, and that's going to help any quarterback that want to be in the Heisman race.
David, you got a question? David, you got to unmute yourself. I guess David ain't want to talk. He had his hand up. I pulled him in here. Let me see where he went. But no, so we talked about that ad nauseum. If y'all just getting in here, go check out the video up there at the top. And also, if you want to get down with the stock market, man, Investor Die, we got a community that is also pinned at the top. Don't nobody do the videos like us. Don't nobody do the videos like us. Shout out to Coach Hayes. He ain't here. His mama was out at practice today with us. She was over there with the old line. Her and Mirabal. Shout out to Coach Hayes. X was supposed to be late, you know what I'm saying? I was waiting on X. Coach Hayes, you think that's funny? X was supposed to be late. Another thing I want to get into, bro. Been talking around. I had a conversation with a couple of people about recruiting in other schools and what's going on. It seems as if other schools, when it comes to recruiting, at this point just had more resources, more support staff. Had somebody tell me that, hey man, listen, when Georgia was recruiting my son, Georgia had maybe 20 or 30 women on the staff. And a lot of things that the men used to do in the recruiting support staff, the women do. Women call you. When you get there, they give you a woman escort. She walk you around. If you want water, you want anything, she's with you. But they were saying that they didn't get that in the past. They didn't get that service
the lights go out. So I'm gonna go ahead and shut it off here for y'all, bro.
Which now we know Miami has three times